Happy Friday again. We made it another week. I hope you had a good week. I hope you operated your week with responsibility, integrity, good attitude, and everything went well. And if you had a little bit of a rough week, well, today's your day to change your stars and make it different for the weekend. I've been working hard on this engine back here, only so much time these past 2 weekends. I haven't mentioned before on these live streams, but I've had another major goal ongoing these past couple weekends. And I talked about in my intro video in the longer one, towards the last third of it, the importance of having goals in our lives and having something that we working towards at all times. When I think about my grandparents, 100 years old, and looking back and thinking about their life, and they always have something that they're working towards, whether it's their life or their extracurricular activities or their properties or other things like that. Always have something that they're going for, that they're working towards. Always have goals, and they're very important to help keep us on track and keep us focused on what we want to do with our lives. And I have a major goal. I have several goals, like I talked about, YouTube being one of them. And each of them have different priorities. And over the past month or so, I've starting to have one of my very long-term goals potentially come to fruition. So it's very exciting. It's something that my wife and I have been working very hard for, and over these past 20 years. So it got me thinking about the journey that each of us take and that I've been on in our lives, and how each of them can really be looked at as different chapters in a book, and just how we're all at different points along our journey. I know, hopefully, God willing, I still have a lot of good journey to go. Some of you have already been along much of your journey. Some are just getting started. I know when back in my 20s, man, I know with restorations and heritage and some of this, I'll probably get a lot of guys like me bald, getting up in the years, but I'm hopeful to get a few young people here as well. And I got to tell you, and I remember back in my teens and 20s when, man, it feels like you're just working your ass off and not getting anywhere, and you're working hard. And I just got to tell you, keep at it, keep working hard, keep after it. Time goes by, the years go by, and things get easier. We move through our journey, as children into our young adult lives, get out of school, go into the workforce, and start a family, and kind of keep moving along, and get through your life, get through retirement, and all that good stuff. And the journey is important. And I've been on a journey my whole life, just like you. And each chapter, there's trials and tribulations, there's successes, there's things we learn, there's things we regret, there's things we do and don't do. And it's all pretty cool, and can be pretty exciting if we want to make it that way. It's about what we want to choose to do each morning, and what kind of day we want to make it. So very cool, very cool. So I'm very excited. I know I'm trying to keep my work poker face here, but man, my heart is racing. My chest is about to explode. I really thought that I would get a year here with you. It's been over 12 years here, and my wife and I kind of looking at, we've been ready on this goal for 4 or 5 years, and bullshit with COVID hit, and then home prices and all that good stuff. So we've been patient, been looking. I really thought, again, I'd get a year here, continue working on these restorations before we actually did something. But something's come up. It's a really good value, and I'm very excited. I want to make it happen. It could change this whole landscape, and be really cool. Might have to do some different videos for a little bit before we get to restorations, but very excited. And really, I don't know. It's just a culmination when you have goals and you have long-term goals, and you get to the point where you're about to achieve one, or you achieve one. It's a great feeling. I've got to tell you, there's a lot of days in there where it feels like you're not making progress, where you're just beating your head against the wall sometimes, but it's worth it. Hang in there. Work ethic, responsibility, attitude, all of those things will help you achieve your goals and really get you to where you want to be. So that's our heritage, and that's what heritage is about. It's about all the things that we've been talking about on these Friday mornings. I've been posting these on Facebook to try to do some cross promotion. You know, when I was doing research on this YouTube channel early, it was talking about cross promotion, how important that is. And I had a comment back to my responsibility video, and I didn't write it down or didn't memorize it, but some guy left me a comment, said something like, heritage sounds to me like kiss the ring of power and bow to money, something like that. And I read that. I had to shake my head and just hide the comment because it's so misguided. It's not what heritage is about at all. And I want to tell you right now, and I'll only tell you one time, I feel like I left home in my teens. I wasn't born with a silver spoon in my mouth. And what I have today, I've worked my ass off for. I have no qualms. My intro, this is a one car garage, bud, that I've been living in for over 12 years. That's 1,000 square foot house it's attached to. I've tried to make good decisions. I've tried to put my family first. I've tried. That's what heritage is. It's about putting other people first. It's about taking responsibility. It's about ownership and doing the right thing and having integrity. That is heritage. It has nothing to do with kissing rings of power and bowing to money. The only hand I'm going to ever kiss, bud, is the hand of God. That's freedom, and that's what freedom is. Make good decisions. Man, I hope there are some young people watching. Hang in there. It gets easier. Keep fighting. Keep working. That's what we're all about. Have integrity. Be responsible. We'll get there, and people like us will be around for a long time to come. So I'm very excited. I don't know. Today's a big day. I don't know what's going to happen today, but next week, I know I'll check in here again. I don't know if it'll be from here. I don't know if I'll have internet yet. I don't know what it'll be, but I'm excited and excited. I think just with this YouTube channel, I think it's a great homage to life. Just kind of all the best laid plans are never going to go exactly as planned. You just lay your plans down and then do your best. Reassess, keep moving, keep going, and keep figuring it out. And I think it's great. It's a great opportunity for this channel as an example of that. Much of what I do during the week is trying to predict the future, and it's humbling. It's humbling because it's very hard to do. No matter how much you think you know, no matter how much you plan, no matter how many variables you take into consideration, there's always the unknown, and that's what makes life exciting. So we'll keep after it. May have a surprise video for you coming up in the next week or two. It's not going to be that restoration. Those are going to have to hold off for a month or two, but we're going to do something real exciting in its place and very cool. So, man, what a week, what a couple of weeks. I'm excited. Again, I hope you had a good week. I hope you have a great weekend. It was good chatting with you this morning. Remember to walk tall, kick ass, and remember where you came from.